obviously that wasn't a situation I'm sure you thought you would be in. Can you kind of take us through how, everything unfolded and then kind of in between innings, what the conversations were like for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't prepare for it, but it's going to happen sometimes. I felt for the most part comfortable being a starter all through the minors. I wasn't worried about, being able to go multiple innings. I've been built up to 3-4 innings kind of in the taxi, at the taxi squad. And being able to, get back to that range was fun. I had a good time being able to, see hitters once or twice through the order. And talking with Woody and Julio, every time I got back in the dugout, they just asked how I was doing. And I mean, said I felt good. They let me keep going. So yeah, it was fun.
Does an outing like that show that you're capable of starting at this level?
I would hope so. At the same time, I think we have 5 incredible starting pitchers who are more than capable of doing their job day in and day out. If the time comes wherever we need to switch things up, I'll be ready. But until that time, we're all going to go out and do what we have to do to win ball games.
For you to have had just the couple of appearances that you have and just kind of getting your feet wet at this level, how big are these, I guess, strides you're making as far as, becoming a big leaguer?
I mean, I'm just happy to contribute. I've basically been on a 5-day rotation as it's been, just trying to get in. I guess it's a good thing when you don't necessarily need long relief outings. That means everyone's kind of doing their job. It just happens in certain times where I just wanted to prove myself and show that I can get in big situations and help our team out in any way we can.
You've expressed before that you didn't imagine being in this place, right? When the season started a year ago, whatever. How important is it to you, and how much, and I don't want to say pressure, but how is there a sense of urgency? Like, okay, I didn't think I was going to be here, but now I am, and I've got to show them what I can do.
I don't even know if I've had really time to had enough time to let that sink in. It's been go. So being able to just be like, listen for the phone and when your name's called, you just have to go out and perform. There's no time to really think about, hey, we need this out here. We need you to scrap up some innings together. I knew I needed to eat up a couple of innings yesterday, but how far they were going to let me go, I had no idea. So the only thing I knew how to do is, keep going back out there and trying to get outs.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Hank.
Of course. Thank you.
Hey, other questions for Wes, please. Sam?
Coming in, were you kind of told that your role was long relief? Like, was that kind of what you had expected and thought you might be doing?
In terms of filling in, I basically had an idea of if things went awry in the beginning of the game, they would use me because of my starting background. Aside from that, I wasn't really stamped as a role. It was, hey, you're a pitcher. It's not or long relief, anything like that. It's when we need you, we'll let you know. So I'm happy to contribute any way I can now, and hopefully be ready for my name to be called soon enough.
Just what your thoughts were maybe on Kyle Cody's debut yesterday. You guys obviously were in the minor leagues together and the alternate side earlier together, just kind of coming in and stepping up like you did last night.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a front row seat to the Kyle Cody show. It was great while I was icing my arm yesterday. I think he's definitely shown what he's capable of, and guys like myself have seen it all throughout the minors. And I had been in the car with him when he had to make that decision of, hey, maybe my elbow's not feeling too good back in 2017. And I still remember that conversation to this day. We've both gone through similar paths, and I'm just grateful and happy for where he's at now. It's been a long time, so I'm happy he's doing so well.
What was that call that happened?
So I was in we were both in the car. I was dropping him off at the hotel right where we were about to break camp in 2017. And he just said something's not right. And I tried to explain myself and what I was feeling with my elbow when I had Tommy John surgery. And, he had to make a very difficult decision to be able to be like, okay, I think I need to talk to somebody. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, but I think showing now he's made the right decision, and he's come back better than ever.
Other questions for Wes? Jeff?
You brought up your surgery. I mean, you had it before you got drafted.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever asked you about this, but I mean, you still went in the 5th round. What was that like? I know it was 6 years ago, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of overlooked because as soon as I was able to play, and I guess, what was it, 2016, everyone just assumed I was that year's draft class. Coming in and not being able to throw was tough. I didn't feel like I was necessarily a part of the group of guys in the 2014 draft class because, they had such a head start. But being able to come back and pursue, just continue to get better and better each year, and being able to essentially overcome those difficulties every year has been huge. And that's why I always have a soft spot for guys to, have gone through Tommy John surgery, because it's no easy task. And it's kind of difficult to stay. A lot of guys fizzle out along the way.
All right. Thanks, Wes.
Of course.
What else? TR?
So your father played college football and your mother played college lacrosse. Who was the better, more successful athlete?
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. I think I'm grateful to be in an extremely athletic household. And my sister can act. I don't know where that came from, but she's really good too. But I think my mom would always encourage me to play a ton of different sports. She wouldn't like the contact ones, and my dad would always encourage me to, hey, let's try football this year. So they've been extremely supportive, and I definitely know I get it from one of those sides. That's for sure.
Serious question though. I mean, we all know that fathers play a big role in their son's athletic career, or most of the time.
Mm.
When you have a mother who apparently was as athletic as she was, how much of a role did she help you in your athletic endeavors? I mean, not just as what all mothers do for their children, but did she help you as an athlete?
Absolutely. I think from the get-go, it's you hear a lot of people who will say, my dad would only coach a certain way, and kind of your mother's more of the oh, that's okay, we'll figure out the next one if things don't go that way. I think especially with her, it's been more so just encouragement no matter what, and I think having that side of it is just invaluable, and she's been great. I know she can't watch the games. She's the one pacing in the outfield stands every time if you see if there are people at the games, but she's been incredible. Did
she want you to play lacrosse?
We didn't have that availability right away. They moved from the East Coast to Chicago when I was growing up. So it was not able to be readily accessible, but we slowly got a lacrosse team later on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Other questions? Evan?
Wes, did you say your sister can act?
Yes.
What's the deal there?
We both decided, hey, let's go for, job security. And she wanted to go to Hollywood, and I wanted to play professional baseball. So she's a great actress. She writes, she directs, she does it all. So she's all that side. I would go to her plays and things like that, and she'd have to go to my games. And we were a mixed household.
Is she in Hollywood now?
She moved back with my family after COVID, but she's still pursuing that route. Yes.
What's her name? I'm sorry.
Kirsten Benjamin.
Kirsten. And what shows she's written for or anything?
She's writing stuff for Netflix, I've heard now. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but she's been in a Lifetime movie. Just small stuff, but she's still hot on that trail for sure.
Cool. Older sister or younger sister?
Older.
Okay, great. Thanks, man.